Welcome back to another Grand Cross Age of Titans video. In this video, I'm going to go over some of the developer notes, as you can see right here on the screen. It appears that there's going to be some hero balance, and we also got some KvK announcements. So let's go ahead and hop right into this video here. So it looks like this first couple paragraphs here, they're just talking about, how they're super happy for all the feedback that they've been getting from all of us regarding some of the events in game, some of the commanders and or heroes. And so it's really cool to see how well they're taking all the feedback that the players are giving them. It makes everyone happy, especially when they're able to release all these patch notes as quick as they have been. So I don't know if you've seen in some of the worlds, but there has been a lot of spam lately through just different alternate accounts, and it's been really annoying. And so this is their response here. So they said that we are really regretful about the inconvenience the Saviors have experienced due to the recent chat server attack. Although some of the related issues have been resolved, continuous monitoring and measurements are needed. So especially in the kingdom that I am in, people have been coming in and sending out a bunch of messages in different colors, and it goes back to different accounts, and then if someone happens to click that, it appears that that message was being resent out, and it's just a non-stop issue. And so it's really cool to see that they are actually fixing it as quickly as they are. Moving on, it looks like they are going to do some improvements for the cross dimension. They don't really give us any information yet, but it looks like a lot of players have been giving feedback for this, and they're going to try and implement those as quickly as they can. Compared to the first cross dimension and this latest one, although we do have another one coming up in the next day or two here, it was a lot better. Just a lot of lag based on all the kingdoms that are thrown into the cross dimension itself. So I'm hoping that they take a look at that too, or maybe do something to help reduce the lag. Opinion collection status. The development team is taking into consideration the opinions from savers about the battle frequency, fatigue with existing events, and expectations for KvK to explore the future development directions. So it looks like they're starting to look into KvK. I know that the cross dimension is something that we were getting just as a way to go out and battle other kingdoms and start, testing our commanders or heroes to kind of see what we need to improve on. If you've played any style of these games, KvK is one of the biggest events around, and a lot of players really enjoy this. Typically, it's played between 4 to 8 kingdoms, and you go into a separate map with all your stuff that you were able to hoard or spend for, whatever the case may be, and you fight other kingdoms for the middle castle, and then you are crowned the champion of that KvK event. So hopefully we will get additional information on this, or it might be a little bit later in the video as we move through this posting. Next, it looks like they are balancing some of the legendary heroes. The development team carefully reviewed the opinions of many saviors and the status of hero development. We deeply considered the expected value of specific heroes and the performance levels expected from legendary heroes relative to unique heroes. It looks like they decided to increase some of the stuff for the following 5 legendary heroes. So it looks like we have Sekhmet, Claudia, and Karma. So Sekhmet is one of the VIP commanders. She is purchasable from VIP 1 to VIP 10, I believe. It's either 9 or 10. I'd have to relook. So it looks like our development team is in line with the opinions of our saviors that Sekhmet doesn't fully live up to the intended value. I do agree. When I was fighting in Cross Dimension, although I did pair her with Biam, it's just one of the marches that I oddly like to use. She did appear to be kind of squishy and not doing the amount of damage that I thought that she would. So in accordance with the hero's specialty of hunting, we plan to increase the value of damage Sekhmet inflicts on monsters so that she can perform better in PvE content. Yeah, once you get into Zone 3, the monsters are just deadly. Especially someone like myself who created an entire video on, leveling up your commanders. I never farm in Zone 3 for the monsters. I just don't feel like, you know, resetting my marches every so often, let alone I don't use a full march of tier 4 yet, as I'm just waiting for different events in order to do that. But I know that my alliance mates have also commented that it is just ridiculously hard, especially if you're just going for levels instead of the points for certain events. Next, we have Claudia and Karma. In addition, the skills of other hunting heroes, Claudia and Karma, will also be partially adjusted. You may have experienced the inconvenience of unintentionally becoming the target of nearby monsters due to the AoE. Actually, I do like this. It saves a lot of time and stamina. It's called chaining when you purposely throw your commanders next to a group of barbarians, and then the AoE can hit up to 5 of them at once, and so that way they all attack you and you don't use any of your stamina. We understand the reason why saviors were unwilling to deploy Claudia and Karma to hunt monsters, so we plan to make improvements so that their active skills can only apply to a single enemy troop target when hunting monsters. Not entirely sure if I like that, even though some players don't. I've always liked it. It's just been easier to chain barbarians. It's just for that one march, though, or marches that have AoE that will actually draw in those monsters with that damage. So hopefully they don't completely eliminate it and they still give us the option to use it if we want. Looks like they made some changes to Arthur and Corvo as well. So improvements will be made to the skills of Arthur and Corvo, who are popular among many saviors. Personally, I don't use Corvo, but I do use Arthur. The development team found that the legendary infantry heroes may seem like performing less strongly than certain unique heroes of the same troop type due to growth hurdles. Yeah, Jenna is definitely one of them. Jenna is, in my opinion, one of the top tier unique commanders in the game, and I do use her a lot. So it looks like there are some improvements and progress. For Arthur, we plan to expand the range of his active skills. Some of the skill damage taken decreased values will also be increased and improved to ensure better activation. That is going to be really cool. The awakening skill will be improved so that it can be activated more frequently than before. That is going to be amazing, and I'd imagine Arthur's going to be really thrown in the mix now, and people are going to be looking at him in a new light. So let's see if... Did they not give any information on Corvo? They spelled his name wrong on the bottom. With these changes, Arthur will be able to attack his enemies more relentlessly than ever before, revealing his might as a powerful legendary hero. So I wonder if he's going to be used as a primary or secondary now, depending on which type of heroes they release next and kind of what you're going for. For Corvo, the HP increase and heal lightly wounded values of the passive skills will be improved so that he can stay on the battlefield longer and keep fighting. I used Corvo just a little bit in the beginning, found him to be very squishy and not being able to stay on the field for very long, especially when we had the Civil War in the early portion of the game. And so hopefully he will be at least somewhat useful in one or two different aspects of the game. So it is cool that they are, always looking at their stuff and seeing what they can improve. So let's see, some talent balance adjustments. There were some areas where the talents did not live up to their expected performance level. We plan to adjust the balance so that each hero can play a more prominent role based on his or her specialized talents. They will be the heroes with cavalry combined maneuver, support, and station talents, and the value of some of these talents will be increased. I guess they don't give any specific information yet, but it looks like some of the percent or some of the specialty stuff will be increased or adjusted in order to fight. As we move on here, it looks like they added some webtoon updates. Stories and tutorial webtoons from the latter half of Chapter 9 to Chapter 19 will be added. Now saviors can enjoy the stories of fairies, Mashan Tribe, and Snow Mountain in an immersive webtoon format. Stories that have already been completed can be checked again in Kingdom Story at the bottom right of the Skyna Kingdom. Okay, that's going to be really cool. For players like myself who've already gone through the entire story, it looks like we can see some new art and visuals, so I will definitely be checking that out. Parallel World. Whew. Finally onto the KvK portion. I know a lot of us have been expecting it, and we are just eagerly waiting and grinding away for KvK content. So let's take a look and see what they said. After the Castle War of Season 1, we heard the voices of saviors who are eagerly waiting for KvK. In order to meet saviors' expectations, we are preparing for Season 2, which will bring significant meta changes with an Asgard theme. We are working hard on developing it so that it can be released as soon as possible. So let me take a look here and see what we got. So Season 1 and Season 2 looks like it is becoming maybe a little bit more advanced of a civilization. As we can blow it up here. Looks a little bit more updated and fresh. So that design actually looks really nice, and I'm really excited for it. So let's see here. To ensure that the waiting time between seasons is more engaging, a large-scale battle mode where multiple kingdoms gather together and last for about 20 days is scheduled to be introduced in October. I don't think that's going to be KvK. I think it's just going to be some sort of a prep for it, maybe, or just giving us something while they're still developing KvK and making sure that it will live up to our expectations. I know the developers know that a lot of us come from other games, and we've really come for all this amazing anime art style and just the difference, especially with the support and developer team being so engaging. So let's see. Let's finish this up here real quick. Unlike Cross Dimension, this new content named Parallel World will allow saviors to prepare for strategic battles between kingdoms, such as capturing territories and gates and using alliance building. So maybe it is kind of like a KvK. So it's going to be really cool to see what they fully introduce, and if this is going to be the KvK or if it's what I'm thinking and it's something just to hold this off a little bit longer, kind of like a mini style KvK, because 20 days isn't as long as we've seen for KvKs. I know some are ranging from, I believe it is like 47 to 54 days. And that really gives us time to build and strategize with other kingdoms that we want with our allies and really build into the zone, make plans once we see the map. And so I'm really curious to see what this is going to be. And so the ending here, this concludes our developer note for today. Our development team will continue to listen to the voice of saviors and strive to make our game more fun and enjoyable. Saviors in East Asia are celebrating Thanksgiving holidays this week. We hope you have a happy time with your loved ones, and we hope all saviors in other regions also have a special happy week. I will come back with more news in the next developer note. Yours truly, Mr. Bunyan. So that was a really detailed and engaging developer note. I'm really happy to see how much information and time they are giving us always, especially it's not just coming once a month or once every 2 months or something like that. They're really throwing everything at us and giving us everything as it comes out. So hopefully they keep going with this pattern. I know it's made a lot of us very happy being able to see all the development updates and everything like that. If you have any opinions on this update or anything that you wanted to add that I might have missed, please leave it in the comment below. As always, I hope you have a great day or night, however, wherever in the world that you're watching this, whatever time. Please like and subscribe as always, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.